In the hive, you will run for your life. Pressure's on, hit the water, you die. Spintown is coming for you. Death dealers will get you too. Sudden burst and he flies right by. When he waves, you will die, die, die. Well, he's death dealing all over you. Spintown's gonna get you too. Spintown's gonna get you too.
Welcome to Spintown, everyone. I got some great news. Over on the Hive, they released a brand new Death Run map, and it's called Venice. The first half of this video is just going to be me taking you slowly through the whole map, giving feedback on all parts of it. The second half of the map will be gameplay video from the runner and Death Dealer point of view. So if you want to skip to the gameplay video, go to about 6.5 minutes in the video. Now, the start is really odd because it's the first time that you spawn in an area where you're not on a grid-like pattern of pressure plates. Instead, you're in like a semicircle around that flower. But this was made by Tim, and the first map, or the first trap, is just a basic arrow trap. Nothing all that special about it. You do get a decent amount of kills with this one. And then you have some TNT parkour, which I usually skip the first part and just jump to the second. Again, decent killer if nobody strafes over it. Then the next part, this is not really a trap. This is just a transition that I like. Going from the piston, or just jumping from the half slab down to that slime, then making that turn through the portal. That's just kind of fun. It doesn't slow you down either. Very basic parkour section, not hard. No real complaints. Again, it's not new. Haven't really came across anything new yet. This right here is a giant trap, and I like how Tim used it because the new kill radius is a lot smaller, and he's got it in a tight, confined area, so you can't just go around it. So nice work there. This electrocution trap, again, I like how he used it. This is the first one you can't really just, zigzag through. You actually have to jump over parts of it to get through, or wait on it. This air snake I don't like because you could have done so much better with it because you can just walk down that little pathway to the right and then strafe over it. So imagine if that was filled in with a wall. So that's not there, that pathway. You could have made it to where you have to do a really hard jump and strafe in the air just before you hit the ground. Like, you jump out that way, then strafe to get around it. And you still could have skipped it, but it would have been a little bit harder. There is something really cool, though. If you take the pathway, you can do a Neo around that pillar and skip the air snake completely. That's kind of neat, I guess, but you could have done both. You could have made a real hard strafe right there, or you could have made the Neo on the other side. So I think it was a blown opportunity on Tim's part. These two water traps right here are good killers for water traps for sure. But I don't like how you show the dispensers on the right and make people think that's where the water's coming from. That's bullshit. Because the water comes from like everywhere all around you, and you don't know that. And you kind of screw over the runners right there. That's kind of dumb. This part right here is just a wall spawner, which really sucks because if you jump into the wall, you just fall straight down onto the blocks down there and don't die. You can also jump around the wall. What the fuck? It's a horrible killer, horrible trap. Basic parkour with arrows coming at you. I usually take a double quad to get through this. Then you have some fire trap right here. It's kind of like the carpets that turn to fire on all the other maps, except it's flowers now. I like how you can zigzag through it. Could have been a little bit harder to get through it though. This is an air snake I like. I don't know if it's intended that you keep the jump boost so long after the green bar, because you can basically skip that whole air snake without ever touching the ground. This is a really good fire snake because it also makes you focus on the holes and the spider webs in front of you. I think that's probably the first time I think that's in a map, so it's not a new trap, but it's used in a new way, so that's good. This is just basic arrow parkour. Again, nothing really hard here or new. Still waiting on that new trap. And here's, again, basic TNT. Not a whole lot I can say about this. It's TNT trap. And I don't like this trap at all. He uses it on Viaduct, which is a little bit better on Viaduct because it's a longer bridge. This is a hard one to get people with either way, even if both of them fell. But now with only one of them falling on a short bridge like that, it really sucks. Random TNT falling, hate it. Every map it's used on, fucking hate it. Snowball trap used on stairs. I like this. but I think there's a way to avoid the snowballs, or it's a little glitchy because I've seen people run right through the snowballs at the end. And right here it's just a fire snake, which could have been used a lot better. You could have had one starting from behind the sign going the other way and have that one in the front coming at you at the same time, both on the same trigger. Oh, that would have been awesome in that situation. This is laser beam that shoots between these two sheep. It's really weird. I really question some things about Tim now, but yeah, I think you can skip under it, but the one time I tried, I did hit the water and die. But right here, just disappearing blocks and then the final portal. I do like the ending on that one a lot better than some of Tim's other endings, because he'll use that pressure plate that just sends you flying, which is lame. This one you can do some cool strafes at the end to finish and maybe have an awesome comeback on somebody and just barely edge them out when you're behind. So much better ending than I was expecting with it being a Tim map. Now we're just flying around looking at some of the details and the background and stuff, and it really looks nice. I mean, it's a pretty map. And when you see maps like this from somebody who's an excellent builder like Tim, it really just makes you want these servers to update to support newer versions of Minecraft, like the block types and stuff, because damn, the builds could be amazing. People like Tim could really just knock your socks off, I bet, if you gave him the tools to make a better looking map. It looks nice. Overall, I think I'm underwhelmed with the map because he did use some traps, old traps, in new ways, which was cool, but there wasn't one single just like brand new trap. And I was disappointed with that because it's been so long since we've had a new Death Run map. It's like that huge gap right there, and then when we do get something, we don't get anything brand new. He does do a good job using some of the old traps. I give that up to him, but I just wanted more. Alright, I am back. You saw me run the race twice now, and now you get to see me play as Death Dealer. And I want to say right from the start that Mia, who's a friend of mine, was my death dealing partner, but for whatever reason she decided not to actually participate as Death Dealer. I did not ask her to. I would not do that because frankly, I think if you're a death dealer, you need to be doing your damn job. So Mia, do your job. But it did work out for me, I'm not going to lie, that I get to show you like all the traps now. So that's good. But yeah, just so you know, I didn't ask for this. And yeah, for the most part, I don't have too many huge issues with the traps at the start. It's that first air snake and then this wall. It fucking annoys the hell out of me. And if you haven't noticed, I've had a quit bitch counter going on for the last 2 races, and I got it again for this one because tons of people quitting right now. All these experienced players and shit like that. Quitting left and right. Lots of quit bitches. And I just find them completely annoying. I honestly do. Because it throws off your kill counts, how many points you can get as a death dealer. And also, I like to compete against the best players. So, yeah, stick around. Don't be a fucking loser. And I'm not being harsh. And when I say that, because you showed me somebody who quit a race who also won the race, and I'd be impressed. You won't do it, though, because quitters are losers. It's just the way it is. You won't find anything good about the definition of a quitter if you look it up. Let's see. Yeah, even people who are just trying to speedrun. To me, that doesn't make sense because equate it to something like Super Mario Brothers, all right? So let's say you want to record a speedrun of it. But you go into the code and you take out all the bad guys. Now there's no bad guys to kill you. And then you speedrun it and set a record. Who the fuck cares? Oh, I'm so good as long as you take out everything in the game that's intended to kill me. See how stupid it sounds? I know it's a little bit different in this respect that you actually have somebody attempting to kill you. It's not like just programmed AI in this situation, but whatever. I still think it's fucking retarded. Let's see. I got a message earlier. I'm not going to say from who or anything like that, but that how-to is on quitting left and right as I'm recording this video, and was annoying at least 1 or 2 people. How-to is probably the biggest quit bitch in the game at the moment, and yeah, he's annoying as fuck. He's a fucking liar, too. I uploaded a video on my second channel showcasing that, but yeah, this map, I think what I'm going to end up getting on it is about an average of 50 kills a game. But it's hard to tell. I'll be able to tell you for sure in a couple weeks after all the quit bitches and more experienced players stop playing so much and it becomes more of what Death Run usually is in terms of ability-wise each game. But yeah, thanks for watching today's video. If you didn't get enough Spintown for today, click on the left annotation to watch my most recent animated music video or the right annotation for my last gameplay video. Remember, there's a brand new video here every single Monday, so until then, spin out.